Hi there. So, we're talking about experiences as gifts. And with Christmas approaching, I know everyone is probably super stressed out. And so, this is kind of a good idea that I actually heard about quite a while back from some friends of mine who did this with their kids. And so I wanted to talk more about what kind of experiences you could give as a gift, depending on your situation and location. And yeah, and I also wanted to let you all know that I finally have some travel clarity calls up on my Stan store. Right now, I have a 30-minute call and a 60-minute call. And this is for people who, like my mother, for example, who has all these places she wants to go, all these things she wants to see and do and experience, and just doesn't know where to start. So, what I do in these calls is help you figure out like the best place to go for the thing you want to do, and then also tie in some experiences with that and accommodations, booking flights, things like that. But these 30-minute and 60-minute clarity calls are more to just kind of help get aligned with what it is you're looking for and if I'm the right person for that to help you with that. And then eventually I'm going to build some uh calls where we have like three one-on-one calls, and I'm thinking right now it'll just depend on kind of what you need and how I can guide you through picking where you want to travel, what you want to do, what your experience you want to have is, and then getting set up, so getting your bookings, everything done, whether you need visas, passports, things like that. And then finally, it's just any way I can support you, whether it's right before the trip, whether it's during the trip. So these calls are really for you guys who are ready to travel, who aren't really sure where to start and just need a little, I don't know, push. So those are my stand store. Please book those. Um, I'm also creating some PDFs. I want to have them done by this weekend so you guys can get some gift ideas for your buddies that travel. So, whether you're the traveler or you have someone who likes to travel, I'm trying to put some PDFs together to give you guys ideas of like packing lists, easy, like checkbox packing list, check the mark it off like whatever you need to pack, you'll have your own packing list. And then I also am going to include some links so that it can be easy things to buy, especially for those of you who love to travel or have people who like to travel. There are going to be things that could be stocking stuffers, easy gifts, all the way up to like more expensive gifts that are really good for your travel family and friends to give for this Christmas or birthdays or whatever you're thinking. So, anyway, I'm gonna have a link to the stand store in my bio. So keep a lookout for that. Okay, so experiences you can gift for the holidays. One thing that is really cool about growing up in Montana and then living in Wyoming is there's a lot of stuff to do in the winter. And I know for some people, when the winter comes and it's cold, like you don't want to do anything, you don't want to go outside. And so, one thing though that is really cool is if you can afford it, and again, we're going to talk about budget in the next video, but taking a weekend and going to a hot spring. This is always fun. There's some of these hot springs have accommodations like there's accommodation and then the hot spring is like part of the basically the pool of the place. And then a lot of times these places have other activities you can do like cross-country skiing, snowmobiling. In the summer, these places might have horseback riding, hiking, biking trails. So again, if it's something you're gifting let's say on Christmas, but it's not going to be until June or July, a place like a hot spring is really cool, especially in those colder mountain areas. So that's a great place, plus experiences you can do while you're on the adventure. Um, for me in the winter, it was always fun to trek out a new ski area. So when you're living in Montana, sometimes it was fun, weather permitting, but there was a few times we took like a long weekend and went down to say like Salt Lake. And there's several ski areas around Salt Lake that you could partake in that are really fun. Again, depending on budget, you could stay like 2 nights, ski 2 days, drive, and driving isn't that terrible unless the weather, is not good those weekends. So always check the weather, be conscious of that. But if you're new to skiing or want to try skiing, one of your local areas is great. So that's another thing you could gift is like a ski day so I'm from Missoula and Snowbowl is near there. So you could gift your family member, your friend, your kid a day at Snowbowl and, include like rentals and the lift ticket and offer to drive them up there. If you're not going to partake in the skiing, offer to drive them up there and just sit in the lodge and like watch them take a lesson and enjoy the ski day. So that's always fun. Cross country skiing is also really fun. It's a fun day you can have with friends, family, little kids, dogs, and it's not as expensive. And you can get rentals usually at like local sporting goods stores and things like that. So that's another thing you could do. Just give the gift of like a day of cross country skiing to everyone. Um, what's another thing? If you want it to be more like summer, so something to look forward to, you can do similar, like again, I'm from Montana, so I'm kind of using this as my reference, but you could give the gift of like mountain biking or road biking or just biking in general, but to places really cool like Moab or Zion or any of the national parks, Yellowstone National Park, Glacier National Park. Make it so you go spend a long weekend or spend a whole week, like depending on how much time you have and how much money and how many people are going. You could really make this like a really cool family vacation just with as a gift instead of, again, giving gifts. And something fun you could do, even just to have something to give to everyone on the day of Christmas, is to get stickers, get mugs, get something from the place you want to take them, order it online, have it shipped, and then that's the present they get to unwrap is like the mug with the logo of Yellowstone National Park on it, or the t-shirt with the logo Yellowstone National Park. I know a lot of parents, maybe not a lot of parents, but some parents, especially if you live in like California, Florida area, taking kids to Disneyland or Disney World again for a long weekend or a week. That's another thing too that you can look forward to, but in the summer. So, yes, when you live in a cold place like Montana, you want to go there in the winter, which is cool if you have the time and can get the kids out of school and things. But sometimes you can't do that, so you have to wait till the summer. And the summer months are great because, again, you get to look forward to it. So the kids can like look at the calendar and they get to count down and really have something to talk about for the next 6 months before they go. The same with parents. I mean, so for example, my mom, I took her to Thailand one year. So it was something I gifted the flights because I have flight miles. So I was able to buy flights with flight miles and give that to her. Um, and then we took like 6 months or a year to plan which towns we were going to go to, which cities we were going to go to, which experiences she wanted to have. And so we planned our whole trip for like 6 months. It was something really special that we got to do together. And it all started with like gift giving. these flights to her. So I really encourage, whether it's something you do local or something you plan that's like super far away. Like I said, for me and my mom, it was Thailand. So it did take us some time to plan all that. But it started with the simple act of giving the gift of an experience, of something to look forward to, something to do in the future. And yeah, I think it's really fun if you can work it around an activity. Like I was saying, skiing, cross-country skiing, biking, hiking. For me, it's scuba diving, but not everyone's a scuba diver. So there's still tons of experiences you can have that aren't around scuba diving, even if you just want to try water activities like going to a tropical place, but you snorkel instead of scuba dive, that's always a great experience to have. And getting someone to guide you around snorkeling is so much fun too, because they know where all the cool little critters are and the animals. And maybe it's a certain time of year that, like, I don't know, whale sharks are around. So you could snorkel with whale sharks, planning to go somewhere like Mexico during the time of year where whale sharks are easily seen by snorkeling, that would be a great experience to gift for the holidays. So, um, next video, we're going to talk about budget. So, hope to catch you there.